Good morning, everybody. Matt Moda here to give you my favorite MLB home run predictions for today. We are talking Wednesday, June 18th. The Dong Report is back in your life. I'm going to have 4 players on Dong Watch for today's MLB betting slate that I really like to hit a home run. Should be a great game, or great day, 4 home runs from a weather and pitching perspective. So hopefully we get a bunch of home runs today. But before we talk about today, let's do a recap from yesterday. Which, hey, we made money. That now makes it 2 days in a row in which we have made money on the Dong Report, and 3 out of the last 4 days have been in the green. Thank you to Juan Soto yesterday. I think it was his first at-bat. That was amazing. Adley Rutschman did not hit a home run, and then very disappointed in the 2 guys on the Athletics. I don't think anybody on the A's hit a home run, so I'm disappointed in them as a team, and I'm disappointed in Rooker and Kurtz specifically because neither of them hit a home run. But that gives ourselves a slight profit, but still a day in the green. 0.38 units exactly. I'm rounding up to 0.4 units of profit yesterday on the Dong Report. That now brings our total results on the year down about 4.98 units. So still working our way back to get into the green on the year. But it's been very good recently, and I'm very confident hopefully by the end of this week, we will find ourselves in the green on the year, and then it's only just going to be uphill from there. So let's hope for that. I appreciate everybody who's been rocking with me through the good, through the bad. Would appreciate it if you're not already, if you could subscribe. Now, as for today, as I mentioned, incredibly juicy day for home runs. I mean, we see a ton of games in the green. This is both according to Ballpark Pal and according to Weather Edge. So it's not like I'm just using one source and then going off of that. Good day for both. The only thing that I want to highlight here is that I think this game is going to get rained out. Unfortunately, the best game of the day. I mean, it's amazing from a stadium perspective at Great American Ballpark. Today specifically is good from a weather perspective, but I think it's going to get rained out. There's like an 80 to 90% chance of rain this entire evening. So if you do play something in that game, just expect that there's a possibility that it could get rained out. But Nats Park, Suter Health Park, Yankee Stadium, Steinbrenner Field, Dodger Stadium, Wright Field, all in the green according to Ballpark Pal. And then there's agreement on Rockies versus Nats. They have that in the green. There's agreement on Angels versus Yankees. This is according to Weather Edge. They have that in the green. They also have the Reds game in the green. They agree on that. Cardinals White Sox, agreement there. Brewers Cubs, I think Ballpark Pal had that one. So there's a disagreement with the Brewers Cubs. Ballpark Pal doesn't like it. Weather Edge does. So depending on what source you trust. Giant Stadium, yes, from a weather perspective is good, but I almost never play a home run there. And then there is some disagreement on the Dodgers, but some general agreement across the board. I will say the first 2 plays that I have are actually not in any of these green weather games. 2 guys on the Phillies, Kyle Schwarber to hit a home run, Max Kepler to hit a home run. Kyle Schwarber is best offered at plus 320 odds at FanDuel, or excuse me, Bet365. Let me zoom in here. And then Max Kepler is plus 520 at FanDuel, putting a quarter unit on each of those 2 guys to hit a home run. Best offered price on, again, Kepler is plus 520. Schwarber is plus 320. So, couple things here. The pitcher that is pitching for the Marlins, Adam Mazer, not sure how to pronounce his name. Adam, if you're watching, let me know. Has not yet pitched in the major leagues this year, but pretty much throughout his entire career, he has been somewhat of a dong machine. I mean, going back to 2024 AAA, 1.57 home run per 9. That's bad. Then he got traded over to the from the Padres to the Marlins, 1.66 home run per 9 in AAA. That's bad. When he played in the major leagues, this was for the Padres last year before he got traded over, 1.60 home run per 9. That's bad. And then again, 60 innings of AAA baseball this year, 1.66 home run per 9. Now, a lot of his advanced metrics aren't terrible. I mean, ERA 7.49. That's obviously disgusting. xERA bad, FIP bad, xFIP bad. All that stuff is bad. I'm really talking about barrel rate. He allowed a barrel rate of 6.2% and a hard hit rate of 38.9%. That in itself is not terrible. The biggest issue for him and why he allowed so many home runs is that fly ball rate of 19.6%. His average launch angle of 19.6%. That is very bad. And then his fly ball rate, 45%, is pretty bad as well. His Sierra when he pitched in the major leagues last year. And SIERA just measures the quality of your batted balls. So basically, like, the higher the number, the worse the quality of the batted balls that you allow, meaning the worse for the pitcher, better for the batter. 6.05 is terrible. So all in all, not expecting anything great from the Marlins pitcher. You look at his stuff plus, the only thing that is positive is his slider, and slightly above average is his curveball. But his fastball, which he throws the majority of the time, is terrible. His sinker is terrible, and his changeup is terrible. And you look at his pitch mix here, and he throws the fastball the majority of the time. Slider, another 34%, so that's not terrible. And then the curveball and the changeup, both of them, I mean, the F grade for his fastball, according to Ballpark Pal, really, really bad, according to FanGraphs as well. So I'm not expecting, again, much from this pitcher. And then looking at the Phillies bats. So Schwarber, you might think he's cold at the plate, that he's not in his window for a home run. That might be true, but look at what he did at the plate yesterday. He had one hit that was 114 miles per hour off the bat, just needed a little bit more of a launch angle. That would have been a home run. Then he had two additional hard hits, 102.8 fly out, 102.4 fly out. Now, both of them, he got a little bit too much under it. Granted, one of them would have been a home run in 10 of 30 stadiums, so you can't call that a bad beat. But when Schwarber's hitting the ball in the air 3 times above 100 miles an hour, that's something that you want to look at, because we all know the type of home run binges that Schwarber can go on. And you look at the year, I mean, you look at some of his batted ball numbers. I won't go into the nerd stuff, but he's like top 6 in terms of bat speed, top 9 in terms of total blasts, which are measured by Baseball Savant, the website that I'm looking at now. So I feel really good about Schwarber, and plus 320 for him is not that bad. Schwarber's normally in the plus 200s, so getting 320 for him is not bad. And then the other guy on the Phillies, Max Kepler, he's probably the hottest batter on the Phillies as of right now, both from a good-looking perspective, he's an attractive man, and he's also very hot at the plate. Now, so is Trey Turner, so is Alec Boehm. But you look at barrel rate over, I want to look at, there you go, barrel rate over the last 30 days, just in general, not looking at the handedness of the pitching or anything. Guess who's number 1? That would be Max Kepler, 20%. Guess who's number 2? Kyle Schwarber, 18.5%. That's good. You want to look at right-handed pitching, which is what the starting pitcher for the Marlins is. Now, who knows how long he's going to go into the game, so you don't want to put too much emphasis on the starter versus pitcher stuff, or the batter versus pitcher stuff. But Max Kepler's facing a righty, barrel rate of 26.3%. Again, that leads the Phillies. You look at his game logs. Now, the 4 hard hits he had yesterday is a little bit misleading. Only one of those was above, I mean, not misleading in that it's a fact, but it's not as impressive as it sounds, because ground out, technically considered a hard hit, not really that impressive. And then another ground out. They were both 95 miles an hour, technically considered hard hits, but nothing that is going to make you want to take him for a home run. But a single, 99 miles an hour, is good. A lineout, 100 miles an hour, is also good. And then you go further than that. I mean, you look at him basically since June 8th, so the last 10 days, barrel in every game except for 3. 2 hard hits, 2 hard hits, 1 hard hit, 2 hard hits, 1 barrel, 1 hard hit, 1 barrel. I mean, he's really, really hitting the ball well. He's got a great matchup. The biggest thing for Kepler is he annihilates four-seam fastballs. I mean, he's got the best numbers. You look at the entire season, four-seam fastball on the entire year. Max Kepler's got the best numbers on the Phillies by far. 30% barrel rate, 66% hard hit rate, hits a fly ball 46% of the time, and he's got the best ISO rate as well. I mean, better than Kyle Schwarber in terms of his ISO rate against the four-seam fastball from righties. That's very, very impressive. So even though, despite the fact that this is not being played at a juicy home run venue or anything like that, I really like Kyle Schwarber and Max Kepler. I like both of them to hit home runs. That is play 1 and 2. Next up, and now we're going to start to head to some juicy weather games. Give me Zach Nato, taking him to hit a home run. He is technically best offered at plus 540 at Ballybet. Now, Ballybet is somewhat of a Mickey Mouse sportsbook, so if you cannot use Ballybet, the next best offered price on a normal sportsbook is 500 at Bet365. I tried to go fishing on the exchanges to get the 540 number to match Ballybet, but I would still take it down to plus 500 at Bet365. Now, there's a couple reasons I like Zach Nato. Number one, so he's going up against a right-handed pitcher. He's going up against, a left-handed pitcher. He's a right-handed batter. He's going up against Ryan Yarbrough. Ryan Yarbrough is not terrible, but he does allow a decent amount of home runs, especially to righties. On the season, he's allowed a home run every 20 at-bats to a right-handed hitter. Over his last 5 starts, that's every 18.25 at-bats, so slightly worse. Now, his advanced stats like barrel rate, hard hit rate, line drive plus fly ball rate are not terrible, but they're also not amazing. It's not like he's been getting very unlucky with his pitches or anything like that. And then you look at the types of pitches that he throws and the types of home run pitches for him: cutter, changeup, sinker, sweeper. Now the sinker, he hasn't allowed a home run in his last 5 starts, but you look at the entire year, this year, and he has allowed a home run off of a sinker. So basically just looking at Ryan Yarbrough taking out the pitch that he doesn't really throw, the curveball. You look at from a pitch mix perspective, we're going to go cutter. This is all against left-handed pitching pitch mix for Zach Nato. We're going cutter, we're going changeup, we're going sinker, and we're going sweeper. We'll take out the four-seam fastball for now because that's a home run pitch for a lot of batters. And it is for this one as well. Granted, he's only going to see it 12% of the time. But you look at that barrel rate for Zach Nato against lefties on the entire season, 27%, that's phenomenal. 50% hard hit rate, that's really good. 30% fly ball rate, that's really good. He only strikes out less than 10% of the time. And that's taking out one of the best home run pitches for him, which is the four-seam fastball. And you see those numbers look really, really good when you add in the four-seam fastball. I mean, and you just go through the pitch logs. I mean, just kind of going through the EV, 101 off the bat, 98.4, 105.5, 105.6, 103.6. That's really, really impressive. And then you take a step back and you look at Zach Nato against left-handed pitching in general. He has got the second best barrel rate on the Angels, 28.8%. Over the last 30 days, that barrel rate goes up to 25% against left-handed pitchers. That's really, really good. Now, O'Hoppe also has great numbers against lefties. He's kind of cold at the plate, and it's kind of an unknown whether he is going to play or not. So that's why I'm going with Nato instead of O'Hoppe. But if you want to spray the board, I wouldn't blame you if you took O'Hoppe. And then yeah, for Yarbrough, I mean, you look at his numbers. Again, they're not like a lot of his advanced stuff isn't terrible. Like the barrel rate to righties in his last 30 days, 7.3%. That's not horrible. 45% hard hit rate is a little high. But the biggest difference is the ground ball rate from lefties to righties. I mean, it's 56% to lefties, 36%. It's a 20% difference. So that ISO rate in the red, WOBA in the red for Ryan Yarbrough against right-handed hitters. Technically, this is a better venue from a home run perspective for left-handed batters because you want to go to that short right field porch, but it's still positive from a weather plus stadium perspective, both according to Ballpark Pal and according to Weather Edge, if I can find that game. So it should be good from a weather perspective, according to both of those. So that is my third play, Zach Nato to hit a home run, again, plus 540 at Ballybet. And then my fourth and final pick of the video, I'm going with Yandy Diaz. I am taking him to hit a home run. He is best offered at plus 630 odds at FanDuel. Now, one thing that I did, I guess that went down to 470. That went down a lot. Hopefully, everybody in the Tails account was able to lock in at the 630 number for Yandy Diaz. You can also use the exchanges to try and get as close to the plus 630 number as you can. This is what I sent it out at. This is what I locked in. But just take the best offer price that you can get. FanDuel kind of fluctuates their odds, so by the time you're watching this, you might be able to get a better price than plus 470. It did go up at NoVig, which is an exchange, so the price is going up a little bit. But obviously that stinks that the price went down, but I do like the play a lot for Yandy Diaz. He is like Zach Nato in that he is better against left-handed pitching than he is against righties. You go to his splits, which I meant to show you this for Zach, but I can show you it real quickly. So on the season, Zach's ISO rate against lefties is 294, second best on the Angels. That's a really, really good number. You look at that number against righties, all the way down to 193. That's the difference between excellent power numbers and below average, the difference between righty and a lefty. That's for Zach Nato. Just wanted to show you that real quick. For Yandy Diaz, it's not quite as pronounced, but he is still better against lefties. You look at his splits against left-handed pitching. ISO rate of 203 is not amazing. It is above the 200 threshold, which is kind of what you look for somebody with good power numbers, anything 200 and above. And then it's down to 152 against righties. So better against lefties. And then you go through his other type of stats on righties versus lefties. I will admit his barrel rate is lower than what you would like against a left-handed hitter. Barrel rate of 7.6% against lefties, but that hard hit rate is very, very high. And that hard hit rate is much higher against lefties than it is righties. Barrel rate technically is higher against righties, but the hard hit rate goes down. And he's been hitting the ball well recently. Yandy Diaz has. You look at his game logs over the last week, 10 days, 14 days, you see a ton of hard hits. I mean, he's really had 3 games that you wouldn't that were bad. I mean, 1 hard hit a couple games ago, 1 hard hit back on June 7th, and 0 hard hits back on June 4th. But other than that, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2. And then 3 barrels in a row back from June 11th to June 14th. So that's good that he's able to barrel the ball up as well. But he's really been hitting the baseball hard recently. Just need to see him barrel it up a little bit more. And the guy he's going up against, Trevor Rogers. So Rogers, let me pull up his numbers a little bit here. Trevor Rogers is not terrible. He's a left-handed pitcher. I believe he's only thrown 6 innings this year, 6.1 innings. He hasn't allowed a home run yet this year. And like I said, he has not been, this is not me targeting a juicy pitching matchup or anything like that. He's generally been good this year. He's also not quite as good as not allowing a home run and not quite as good of an xFIP, like 2.12, 1.96, 3.56. Like those are really good numbers. His barrel rate is low, but the hard hit rate is high. The launch angle is a little bit high as well. And his stuff is nothing that impressive. His fastball, which he throws 50% of the time, below average. And Yandy Diaz has pretty good numbers against 4-seamers from left-handed pitching. You go to the 4-seam fastball, that barrel rate goes up to 10.5%. And the biggest difference for him, for Yandy Diaz, is he's able to put the ball in the air better against the 4-seam fastball, which again, he's going to see half the time, 50% of the time. That ground ball rate goes down to 30%. That's on the year over the last 30 days against lefties, which again is only a plate appearance of 8. So take that with a grain of salt, but really good. 14% barrel rate, only a 14% ground ball rate as well. So barreling it up against lefties recently. And the pitcher he's going up against, again, is not terrible. But I really like Yandy Diaz. I liked him at plus 630. Hopefully you guys are able to get a similar price to that. But that's all we got. Those are our 4 official picks of the video. We got 2 guys on the Phillies, Kyle Schwarber and Max Kepler. Then we got Zach Nato to hit a home run. And then we got Yandy Diaz to hit a home run. Normally, when I take 2 guys in the same game, I don't recommend putting them in a parlay. But FanDuel, as you can see, I wrote it here, offered a same game parlay profit boost. So I did end up taking these 4. Only put $5 on it, which for me is 0.05 units. So if you also got this profit boost on FanDuel and you want to tail, you could do so. Again, 0.05 units on it. But that's all we got. I appreciate everybody for watching. Hopefully we can have another good day. Keep this hot streak rolling. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe. Make sure to bet responsibly, and have a good one.